welcome back to Pursuit for Adventure.
Sorry, we weren't able to get out last weekend. Two of the kids in the house had COVID, and we were tired. So here we are. We are getting ready for our next adventure. We have one coming up this weekend. I won't tell you what that is because you'll see that next week. But in the next weekend or two, we will be doing another backcountry camping in Killarney. So we're going to go through all of our gear that we've got ready to go thus far and let you guys know how we come as a couple to what we need to pack for a weekend trip. It'll be actually 3 days. We'll be leaving here on Friday and coming back on Sunday.
Okay, so I guess I'll just jump right in. So I try to organize this to make sense here. So I'll go from left to right here. I'll try not to use the word I know that bugs some people. So first thing is during the fall, it can be quite cold outside. So I know this is a very heavy axe to be carrying, but when it comes to keeping warm, I'm going to take an axe because you can process a lot of wood with this, and I'm not about being uncomfortable when I camp here. So Jen gave me this a few years ago. It's a Scandinavian grind axe, and it's a beautiful axe. I love this thing. It's from Sweden. So along with this, I'll take my bow saw. I normally use, it's called a silky saw, and my lovely daughter lost that on me. I'm still upset over that. But the silky saw is nice because you can open it right up and use it right away, and it folds up like a big pocket knife. This is a great saw, don't get me wrong. Bought it off Amazon, but the silky saw for the win. So if you're going to go out and buy one, I would recommend buying a silky saw. You will not find a better handsaw from the bush. Along with this, especially in Killarney, there's a lot of bears. We have never had to use bear spray, but we take it every single time. As you can see, it's still in the plastic. I hope there's not an expiry date on it. Another funny thing is when you buy this stuff, you have to sign a waiver that you're not going to use it on a human. Mm-hmm. So it protects me from Jen.
Don't get mouthy.
So along with this, I carry an SOL. This is a fire starter, and actually it's a plasma torch, so it uses a battery. Okay, so inside this bag, not only do I carry fire starting material, but I'll carry a few extra things. So a first aid kit can be very large and take up a lot of your space, and it can be pretty heavy. I pare this down to two things here. When you're out in the backcountry and you injure yourself, really you're concerned with big bleed, and you're concerned with cleaning the infection, okay? And I know you can get these first aid kits with, and like I said, I'm not a medical person, but you can get these first aid kits with aspirin and bee sting relief and all of these items. At the end of the day, what are you really concerned with is trauma. And I got these two small pouches, one for big bleed, one for cleanup. There's sutures, big gauzes, enough to handle a really large gash, enough to get you out of the woods. So that's what I carry. Now, like I said, I'm not advocating you guys do this, but I think a lot of what you get in these first aid kits is useless. And actually, a suture is one of the more important things to carry. And 9 times out of 10 when you buy these first aid kits, they can't even handle a large bleed. So take that as you will, I guess. On top of that, it's always great to have one of these. So I got this off Amazon as PS Cook. So this is a whistle, another flint and steel, and a thing for blowing into the fire to get it started. I use this a lot for cooking. So when I'm using open air a grill over fire. I'll use this to actually to blow on the coals and make it nice and red. And it's also great to have as an SOS whistle too. So everything you need right here to kind of keep you alive.
Potentially scare a bear away with that whistle.
Yep. Carry bug spray. Ben's is a great bug spray. It's in an orange bottle. Lip balm with sunscreen. And another dish towel inside of here. So I put this all together. Carry a pack of cards. You never know if you get rained in and you got to spend the day together in a tent. This could save your marriage. I mean... Another thing that I really enjoy is a good knife, and Mora has what you call a black knife. They're about $100, and it's a Scandinavian grind. I like Scandinavian grinds. Really thick, full tang right through the whole knife. You can split wood with this. It's got a wicked strong edge onto it, and all around good for protection too. You know. It's a great knife to carry. If you only had to carry one knife, I would really recommend the Mora. It's cheap and it's stout. Yeah, you won't break it. I mean, look how thick the tang on that is. It's a great knife. I carry that along with me. As far as kitchen setup, I know you can go minimalist, and if you catch a fish, you can actually fillet it on a paddle. I did that in the last pike I caught. Very difficult to do. Dollar store for the win. Super light. Great to have a cutting board. Great for filleting. You put this over a rock and you don't have to kill your filleting knife. You have a hard time damaging the edge of a knife. Even though I make my own backpacking meals, I will always carry 2 emergency meals. And the point to these is one, if you really need to make something quick, you ain't going to beat these. These are fast. You can have food in 7 minutes. And I usually store these in a different pouch, so if you do go into the drink, at least you'll have another area for food. And I know it's only one package, but these are 1,000 calories each, so enough to eat it and get back to wherever you need to get back. So I always carry 2 emergency meals. I've been so happy with this that when we take our winter trips down south, particularly Cuba, I've been thinking about taking one of these along with me. Yes, I know you can get bottled water at the resort, but the bottled water has sulfates.
Yeah.
And I'll have to look it up, but I believe activated charcoal will remove the sulfate. So,
if it does, we'll take it with us.
Yeah, for sure. What a great product. Highly recommend it. Along with this, and I've done a lot of different pots and pans. Titanium is light, a little harder to clean up. You can go with the non-stick. That stuff ends up coming off. I don't like Teflon. I think it's kind of dangerous actually when you look at all the properties of Teflon. I do have one Teflon pot here I use for frying fish and my hash browns in the morning, but it's a compromise. But definitely I go with this, it's called Health Pro, and it's all titanium. It's about $60 and you get 3 different sizes in here. Great for rehydrating and or if you have to boil up some water, so I'll carry that.
Yeah, warming up your soup or whatever.
I always carry the small pocket rocket with me, the MSR pocket rocket, just in case my big stove that's 20 years old might ever fail. I do have a repair kit for that too. Never had a problem, but I still carry it just in case. Along with that, we have a GSI kit for a whole family, so we go as a family. But we just pull the two cups out of here, and these are great because they're insulated. And when you pull them apart, you can get a cup and a bowl out of it, so they nest really nice. So I carry those 2.
It doesn't burn your lips or your hands when you're.
No, and it keeps them nice and warm for a
hot.
while.
Yeah.
Carry 2 titanium sporks. Always good to carry an extra Nalgene bottle. So I'll filter and pour into here so we can have some on the go. I don't find this quite enough. So I filled this one up too, so we have 2 on the go when we're actively moving. Luxury item, but I usually fill this up with ice before I leave. These are insulated bottles. They're 50/50 is the brand. Wonderful, wonderful.
It holds ice for days.
Thermos, yes. Unbelievable. Great product. And shameless plug. Got a nice Pursuit for Adventure logo on it. I'll carry peanut oil or grapeseed oil for frying I love my potatoes in the morning. That's the newfie in me. And it's great for frying fish, so I always carry some peanut oil along with it. Can't go wrong with sriracha. I use Bronner's soap. This is biodegradable soap. It won't hurt the environment. You can brush your teeth with it. You can do your laundry. It's an all-around awesome soap. And that's the soap that I use every day for everything.
In the shower.
Yeah, like I shave, clean, the whole 9. I only use one product. I think it's amazing. Dr. Bronner's. Check it out if you haven't. Wonderful product. And then, like I said, for the fish fry or the hash browns in the morning, MSR Jetboil has a nice frying pan that's non-stick.
Oops.
With a nice spatula. And out of my GSI camp kitchen, I carry two plates, which fits right in this nest really nicely. Not that we'll need it this weekend, or next weekend coming up, because it'll be the end of September, but we do carry Mountain Warehouse towels. So there's 2 towels, they're microfiber and they work excellent. Fairly lightweight and much cheaper than if you buy something from Mecca or whatever. These are actually fairly affordable.
Yeah.
Obviously toilet paper. So this is the GSI Outdoor Kitchen. It's called a Kitchen 24 Destination Kitchen. This is a really fun product for those people that like to cook. Everything you'd want is in this little pouch here. So you can make some real gourmet meals out in the field. I wouldn't take this on a couple of day camping trip, but if you're going for the week and you want to cook some fresh food along the way, this is a super fun kit. Or even if you're car camping, this is awesome. Like I said, I really enjoy this. It's a neat little product.
Moving on to...
Maybe I should just show you what it looks like on the inside rather than...
It's on our website too if people want to take a deeper look
Yeah.
into it.
So, cutting board, cutlery, kitchen knife, cheese shredder, whisk, sorry. Big spoon, spatula, and it comes with these little pouches in which you can put all sorts of your favorites, like, Jen likes the ketchup, I like the sriracha, any Frank's hot sauce,
barbecue sauce.
Really cool. Really neat product. Okay, so moving on to the bedding system here. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the bedding system and then a bit of the navigation. So we use an MSR Lexar 3. It's a 3-person. I think the 2-person is too small. If you want to carry some extra gear and put it inside, or you bring your dog, you'll want this. So yeah, the 3. Yeah. So the Lexar 3, it's not too heavy. It's, I don't know,
size of a small child.
6 pounds maybe-ish. So fairly light, wonderful quality. Never had a drop of water inside the tent from rain or anything.
No.
And it breathes super nicely. It's an astoundingly good tent. There's a lot of people out there will want something really small, so I'll show you the small option, and then I'll show you the comfortable option. So we do use the Thermarest Neo Airs. That's the lightest, highest R-rated sleeping pad you can buy. If I were to give this a rating from 1 to 10 on how comfortable it is, and like I said, it don't get no better than this for ultralight pads, you're probably a 4 at max. So it's better than not having a sleeping bag.
It keeps you warm.
Keeps you warm. If you're a side sleeper, you are going to feel some soreness from it. You know, even when you got it blown up. It's a great product, and
You don't feel the ground.
I feel the ground.
You do?
Yeah, on my hip. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, so it's a great product. It's just it's not as comfortable. So I know some people will laugh at this. What we've gotten into this year. So keep in mind, this is about a pound. Not even a pound, okay? This is 8 pounds. and it's huge, okay? I know this is ridiculous, I know. I wouldn't take this if I was doing a 7-day trip. I'd have to go to that small one. But if I'm going for a couple of nights, I'm going to carry this one. This got a high R rating, I think of 7. So it's extremely warm. You can use this all year round. You can put it right on top of the snow if you want to. It's got 10 inches of loft, and it's comfortable. And if I were to compare this to your bed at home, okay, so that's a high standard here, so bed at home would be 10. This would be a solid 8. If you let a little bit of the air out, it can be actually very, very comfortable, so you can adjust this. So I know it's ridiculous that I would carry this portaging, but
Not a long portage.
not a long portage, but anywhere up to a kilometer, maybe, or a kilometer and a half, I'm going to carry this guy, and I'm going to have a wonderful night's sleep. So to me,
Sleep is priority.
yeah, I'll sweat a little bit more for a half an hour and burn a couple extra calories so I can have a decent sleep. So anyways, this is the Reactor 10 from Mech. Thud. We use the Thermarest sleeping pillows. I've tried the blowout ones. Once again, these aren't that heavy. They are bulky. These are way better.
But they do scrunch down.
Yeah, they're way better than the blowout ones. Like.
Yeah, and we had mech that weren't blow up in the past, and they were terrible.
Yeah, these are great.
I don't know, they may have a better solution now.
You can open them up, you can flop them up, and then there's a
cinch
that if you want to get more loft out of it, you pull it, and now it makes the pillow even thicker.
Yeah, so if you're a side sleeper.
It's a nice pillow. This is worth the carry. Can't get this anymore, but this is a down quilt. So we don't sleep in individual sleeping bags. We find that very uncomfortable. So we actually use the quilt. So I'll use this 8 degrees Celsius bag pretty much all summer long.
Quilt, you mean? Quilt?
Quilt, sorry, yes. All summer long, but when it gets to the fall, I'm still going to carry this, but I'm going to pack along a sleeping bag that will open right up. So this one here is a -4. Now careful with these numbers. That's extreme temperature -4. That ain't comfortable temperature. So this bag here, I wouldn't take it anything below 5 degrees Celsius because you'll freeze. So like I said, a really good quality bag, and this certainly isn't as a Mountain Warehouse. It's okay, but a really good bag will have a comfort rating and extreme rating. Go by the comfort rating because you're not out to survive. You're out to have some enjoyment while you're camping, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Just careful of those ratings.
That's going to be our extra sleep bag, I guess. We'll just unfold it and put it on top of us.
That's right.
Or under us if we need to.
Yep. So along with this, I use the Ergo Thermarest. So this is a blanket. It's actually fairly warm.
It's
so
quite warm.
Quite warm. So, and it cinches on the bottom. Yep. So it goes around your sleeping pad really, really nicely. So I use that in conjunction with the heavier sleeping bag, depending on the time of year. And this can go right in your washing machine, really easy to wash. So we also carry some sheets, just regular Walmart sheets. I put a sheet down, and it's, like I said, it's easier to wash a sheet than it is a down or whatever. So put the sheet down, carry it, because it's easier to wash this, and you want this to wear it before your expensive
Gear.
Started sleeping the MSR tent. I use a loft. That's where I put cards and lights and whatnot. It's nice to put your stuff up and away, or your glasses, so they don't get scrunched. So that's another really cool product to add. Your MSR tent will not come with one of these, but it's a great accessory for the tent. I really like it. Along with that, we do carry 2 chairs. These are about a couple of pounds each. You'll find that when you're, especially in Algonquin Park and a lot of the parks in Ontario, there'll be very few places to sit. Yes, you can sit on a log, but it's just not as comfortable.
It could be damp or soaked.
Yeah, these are super nice too. I know we're a bunch of old soft campers, but
We're used to glamping.
yeah, it's. I think it's worth it. I know they're expensive, and you can take these to the beach with your kids, you know, or you get invited over to some party at somebody's house. It's always nice to have an extra chair, and they're nothing to carry to fold up nicely.
Yep.
Now the final thing I like to talk about is navigation and what I do. So depending on where you go in Ontario, it can be hard to spot the campsites. It's always nice to have a set of binoculars, so if you're a kilometer out, you can take a look to see, is it worth going over the extra kilometer to see what the campsite's like? Or even look for a campsite sign. So I do carry bright orange binoculars so they won't get lost. On top of that, a good map case goes a long way. I think the bigger the better. But I always will carry a paper map, and I'll show you what I typically use. I don't usually use the paper map, but I will carry it just in case. And sometimes I'll challenge myself to see how accurate I can be with the paper map. Along with this paper map, a lot of people will bring a compass. I have a Sunto Black Core. This has got a compass built in and a barometer, so this tells me if I'm going to get foul weather coming, so great for canoeing. And also I can use it for a fairly accurate compass. It's not like I'm shooting missiles at somebody. It's good enough to, or mortars. It's good enough to, you know, to get the gist of where you're going. So, believe it or not, a watch compass is actually fairly accurate. I might do another video just on this particular product here, but so this is an iPhone, but there's a product called Gaia Map, and it's wonderful. When you save your routes, everybody that's got a phone can log into the Gaia Map, and when you upload it, it goes to all of the devices. And I've used Garmin products, all sorts of different ones. By far, really easy user interface on the computer. It has overlays, so you can put multiple maps and stack them on top of each other and adjust the thresholds to see how much each map will bleed through. What an astounding great product, and it's fairly cheap. I think it's something like $40 or $50 a year. So Gaia Map, I use this on my cell phone. Jen will carry her cell phone with the Gaia Map on it, and we'll make sure both of them are synced, and we've got the map downloaded for offline content. And then the last item that I carry is a Bofang radio. And I don't have my ham license, so I'm not using this to transmit unless there is an emergency. So I keep this thing fully charged. I have every single radio frequency for marine. I have every GMRS signal and family radio system signal and popular ham channels on here. So
It's great for getting the weather.
And weather, so you can get, in Ontario they'll broadcast the weather wherever. So that's what I use this for emergencies only. And for $50, you can buy one of these radios, and there's a product called Chirp where you can put all these frequencies in, and it's fairly easy to do. I think that's a wonderful thing to be carrying along with you, you know, especially if you get lost or somebody else gets hurt. I know there's other products now that'll use satellite, which is really, really expensive. But for a $50 commitment, I think this is a wonderful radio, not only for your safety to get your weather, especially if you're canoeing, but if somebody gets injured, you know, it's very easy to go on channel 16 if you're near a waterway. You should be able to get somebody on this, so I think that's a great insurance plan. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's what we carry. I know it looks like a lot, but once you parcel it up, it's not too bad.
A couple bags.
You're looking at about 100 pounds for complete gear. Divide it up by 2. It's not like you're hiking with it. You're putting it into a canoe. Mm-hmm. So this is what we carry.
Minus the food.
Minus the food.
All right. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe. It really helps us grow our channel, and we appreciate everyone watching. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next Sunday for another adventure.